Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be doing a July mid-month budget check-in. Let's get right into it. Now, I just keep switching my budget notebook, y'all. I've just been trying to figure out what's the best way for me to get the information out here without doing a whole lot of turning the pages and having to flip back over the pages or swiping across with my iPad, things like that. So I've been trying to just still figure that part out, and I just went back to my regular Happy Planner. This is where it all began, me creating these budget worksheets. I hole punch them, I put them inside of my Happy Planner. That way I can easily just take them out when I'm going over to the next page, and then I can just put them back in when I'm done. Compared to using my notebook, y'all know I have a notebook as well that I budget in, and this is where I actually really create my budget in. And then with all of this flipping and having to go look back to the front of the book, to flip the page, to look back over to the other sheet to just make sure everything is aligning, it was a little bit complicated, if that's the right word to use. So today I'm just going back to where I actually began, and that was with the Happy Planner. So this is an old Happy Planner. They don't even sell this one anymore. I think I got this in 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. I used to use this for content creation and then just planning out my budget. And today we're just gonna be budgeting. So I did redo these worksheets and print them out all over again. And I'm gonna be looking over in my notebook because, like I said before, y'all, this is where I actually create the budget. And then once I share it on YouTube until I'm actually done with this notebook, because I still wanna, I still wanna use this notebook or whatever. But once this notebook is out, because it's only has 12 monthly worksheets. So at the end of the year, this is gonna be done, and then I won't have any choice but to use this. So I'm just trying to get in the habit of just going back to this style as well. If you are interested in these budget worksheets, I will leave it in the description box down below. But let's get right into what I actually spent thus far living in Atlanta, and I'm only budgeting $4,000, y'all. So with this worksheet, basically this is a paycheck budget worksheet. It's like that. I actually write it out paycheck and I put month because I like to see what am I spending or how much am I spending on a month-to-month basis. I budget each one of my paychecks at the lowest amount that paycheck has ever been. I've already gotten paid from one of my paychecks, and that paycheck was $2,163.57. My next payday, at the time of filming this video, I do not know what that paycheck is going to be. I will know tomorrow when I actually look at the website and see what my check going to be. But by then, this video has already been created. It's not going to be posted by then because this video is actually going to be posted on Sunday, July 21st. So at the end of the month, you guys will actually see how much I actually made. But these are my categories. I like to budget in categories when it comes to the monthly budget, because this allows me to see how much am I spending in each category per month. So for me, my savings is at $911.64. My home category, I'm budgeting $1,885.50. For transportation, I'm budgeting $200. For subscriptions, I'm budgeting $126.93. For food, $200. For debt payments, $127.97. And I know it's going to be more than this because I'm always trying to send more money towards debt, because the ultimate goal is to get out of debt. I am in credit card debt and student loan debt. Right now, I'm just currently focusing on really pretty much saving money because I'm in the process of trying to buy a house, but I'm also trying to pay down the credit cards as well. So if I have anything left, I do try to send extra money towards debt payments. And then I also like to give myself a little bit of spending money for fun, for sneakers, for out to eat, things like that, because those are the things that I enjoy doing. So after paying all of my bills and expenses and putting savings aside, I'm left with $547.96 when I subtract it from my $4,000 that I'm budgeting this month. So now the main thing, because it's one thing to write all of this stuff down and say that we're going to budget this amount and try to stick with it, but what did we actually spend? What did we actually spend thus far for the month of July? And that's what we're going to get right into. So starting with with July 1st, which was my Capital One bill. I spent $28. And the balance left on that credit card, because I always like to put the balance, is $889.20. On July 2nd, I purchased some food, and that was $62.03. And that was from the grocery store. On July 5th, Capital One Quicksilver. Now I have 3 Capital One cards, credit cards, so just keep that in mind as well. And this is the automated payment of $25. And then I have another Capital One card that's due on that same particular day, which is my Capital One Savor. And that one is $43 as the minimum payment, because I have the minimum payments on automatic draft. And what I do is, once those payments clear before the statement date actually closes, I try to go ahead and send more money towards it so I can get that balance a little bit lower. Now on July 8th, my life insurance was due, and life insurance is $11.50. Georgia Power was due as well, and that was $209.02. Now I did cancel the flat rate bill because I've been on the flat rate bill for a long time. However, like I said before, I am in the process of trying to purchase a home, and with the flat rate bill, you got to be on it for 12 months. And if you cancel, then they go back and they reread the meters, and you have to take care of those charges that if you didn't pay enough money, you got to go back and pay it. And I've done that before with moving, thinking I could just transfer it, and no, it don't work like that. So I just went ahead and just canceled the flat rate plan. So now I'm going to be on a month-to-month usage per se, but I'm just going to continue on budgeting at $210, and hopefully that be enough for my light bill moving forward until I can get into my house and actually see what the bills is actually going to be. Also on the 8th, I went to Walgreens and I bought me a coffee and probably something else. I don't know exactly what else I bought. I think some toothpaste, and that's in the miscellaneous category. I spent $9 there. Also went to tacos and tequila because I finished my content stuff early, and I spent $33.70, and I'm gonna put that in my food category. Sometimes I put it in the food categories, and sometimes I put it in my out to eat category for as the everything else of fun and entertainment. However, I really haven't purchased any food because my son is going from his dad's house to my house, and I haven't really went to the grocery store like that to really, spend a whole lot of money. So I treated myself to the tacos and tequila, and I'm taking it out of the food and groceries budget. Now on the 9th, I had the Discover credit card. I sent $265 as an extra debt payment. So by the time that the bill is due, I won't have a whole lot to pay. I did that as well for Navy Federal, and I sent $300 over there. On the 10th, I bought some cards for my son. That was $21.18. My son is into Pokemon cards, and he wanted to get like a little folder for it and some little plastic card holders. So I did buy that for him. My son, he do not ask for much, I must say. He do not ask for much. So the stuff that he wants, I pretty much try to go ahead and get, because my son is not expensive, but let him get your phone and you got your credit card information is on it, he's gonna buy those Roblox. So I have to be mindful of that when he has my phone. But he no longer has my phone anymore. He has his own stuff, and he has a Cash App card on his own things. On the 12th was the Google storage, and that was for $1.99. I also got my hair done, and that was $125. I also went to Houston on the 13th, and to a conference, and they had vendors there, so I did shop with some of the vendors. So I did buy jewelry at this event, and total I spent $75, which compensates for the hotel cost because I didn't have to purchase a hotel while I was there. So I actually really saved money in that category. So $75 total for shopping with the 2 vendors there. And on the 14th, I bought pizza for $17.97 at Marco's. And then on the 14th, my son had crystals that just cleared for $6.46. So that's all of my transaction thus far. Let's go ahead and calculate everything up just to see where we at with how much did we spend thus far. So $28 plus $62.03 plus $25 plus $43 plus $11.50 plus $209.02 plus $9 plus $33.70 plus $265 plus $300 plus $21.18 plus $199 plus $125 plus $75 plus $17.97 plus $6.46, and that totals up to $1,233.85. And I'm just gonna put that here, total, so that way I will know. And I'm just gonna highlight it in yellow. Because I also have to include my gas, which I'm budgeting $200, and my rent. So far, I'm planning on spending $2,895.85. Coming up, my rent payment is actually taken care of with one of my credit cards, and my gas is on another credit card because I do earn 2% cash back on gas purchases and food. And while I'm talking about food or saying this out loud, I should be using my credit card for the food purchases. So I gotta go back and think about that. And then I get 1.5, I think, or 1% cash back on all other purchases on the other credit card that I use for my rent, because I'm trying to maximize the cash back reward points. I'm really trying to get to a point where I put all of these expenses on one credit card. So as soon as I can get able to get my Navy Federal credit card paid all the way off, I'm gonna be using that credit card for all of my purchases, because I do budget my income at the $4,000 mark, and I try to keep my bills and expenses at $3,000, and that credit card has a limit of $10,000. I really think that I can use that credit card and be able to pay it off every month with just using, putting all my bills and expenses on. So that's the point that I want to get to. But that's all for this video, you guys. I think that we are doing really good. We are on track with our budget so far. It is mid-month, so we do have about 2 more weeks left in this month, and you know anything can change. I got my phone bill coming up. I know there's gonna be a little over $200 and stuff like that. So hopefully I don't have to do a whole lot of spending. Back to school is coming up, so I do have to take care of that as well. But that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out this video where I actually created my monthly budget for the month of July. Just in case you haven't done your budget just yet, you can take a look at this video and get inspired and maybe go ahead and create your budget. That's it for this video, you guys. If you are interested in the worksheets, I will leave it down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.